Then, before I knew it, I was awakened to a completely different land. I had no idea where I was. But as I made it out to the open, I saw a vast land with transparent gravestones everywhere. Then I looked up and saw the Erd tree, but what I saw was a different Erd tree than what I was familiar with. The tree I saw looked dead, burned and rotted, branches crumbling off and the sap just oozing out of its trunk. After I processed what I am seeing, I recalled what that woman told me. The land of shadow. So she wasn't lying to me, it seems. But what were these lands? Why would I be guided here? Why was Moog apparently guarding the gateway? And she also mentioned the demigod Mikola. I'm sure the answers are out there, so without choice, I began my exploration. The enemies of these lands were dark spirits, but then I came across a peculiar statue. Realm of Shadow Blessings. Interesting. With more exploration, I've come across something essential. Scatter Tree Blessing. Is that what this Erd tree is? Scatter Tree. I then saw what looked to be another Church of America, but inside her statue's head was decapitated. I didn't have much time to investigate due to the hostile night approaching me. The night was similar to the demigod's ranks, but also different. Could there be another demigod, or perhaps this is just Mikola's? Maybe it's a coincidence the statue's head was removed, so I thought. Not long after, I finally met some of my new allies. One looked like a remarkably strong woman.
Ah, Lady Leda spoke of you. You're that tarnished. Guided here by kindly Mikola. Won't we all? I am Freya. I once fought alongside General Radahn. In battle, you can be sure I'll hold my own.
I can tell you will, especially if you fought alongside Radahn.
Oh, another thing. Did you speak to our dour little friend? If you've yet to do so, have him give you a map of the Cross's whereabouts. You'll find more of them dotted about these lands. They are Mikola the Kind's footprints. If you've yet to do so, be sure to have our dour little friend assuming you intend.
Yes, the other one. He looked more reluctant to be here and more somber. Before I approached him, I took a good look at Mikola's arch.
Fie, another. treading the heels of Miquella. Then, as that woman would surely say, we are in our purposes well aligned. But understand, your kind are not forgiven. The Earth Tree is my people's enemy. By Marika long betrayed, set aflame. I believe Miquella's apologies when he says our delivery will come, but never will I see your kind as worthy. And yet my oath I cannot overlook. If Miquella it is whom you would seek, then comrade, allow me to give you this. These are the sites of the crosses I found. I urge you, follow after Miquella. As long as you abide by his footfalls, you will be no enemy to me.
I know nothing about your people to even consider myself an enemy to them. I'm just a tarnished beyond the fog that's gotten himself entangled in another affair, it seems. It's just never ending, and I'm growing very weary. With that being said, I've decided to press on. For my curiosity overwhelmed my weariness. I found new items as well as dangers in these lands. But also a twist. These things usually attack me. But I was handed a cookbook. Strange. Like the lands between, the Shadow Realm had its own share of battlefield, strongholds and such. However, as I rode through, I've noticed another statue of Marika with the head removed. That can't be coincidence. Marika must be hated in these lands. I've then met a more feeble-looking tarnished, next to another arch of Miquella.
Oh, hello there. Are you the Tarnished? Lady Leda spoke of you. Another Tarnished, guided here by Miquella the Kind. My name is Teolia. I too am Tarnished, and here on kindly Miquella's account. So, well, here's to new beginnings, I suppose.
Kindly Miquella, huh?
I'm sorry. Well, I'm not much good at anything is all. I'm as weak as a kitten and thick as two planks. I've always been this way, since the very day I was born. I'm afraid the only thing I'm proficient in is poison. Sorry. Just give me the word if you need any more poison.
Well, poison is just as deadly as any blade. To new beginnings. I wonder, why did Miquella literally strip him? Perhaps this was why I've never found a trace of him. I then headed to the opposite direction from Tolier, past Freya to Hornsid, then came across another arch and met a man that was more respectable than Gideon Offner, at least in my eyes.
You must be the Tarnished. I am Ansbach. Formerly in service to Lord Moog, but now, like you, another soul guided by kindly Miquella. I'm hardly the steady hand I once was. My fighting days are far behind me, which is why I have chosen to dedicate myself to investigation, to discern tender Miquella's ultimate purpose. I'd rather not volunteer service to a new master unless I know that I can be of use. May I request a service of you? 6 crosses, identical to this one, have been discovered in these lands. They are akin to tender Nicholas' footprints, or gravestones, which mark what he's left behind. If you discover any more crosses, be certain to tell me. I presume you, too, are keen to know just what kind Miquella is doing here.
Nice to meet you, and yes, I am curious about everything that is going on here. And whom might you be?
Hello there. Together, we work together for Miquella the Kind. Many things we have found. Oh, I know. Give this to Tiolier. He asked me to find it. I finally found it.
I am already an errand boy, even here.
So, what can I help you with? Oh? What's this? I have to say, Sir Moore has an awfully sharp eye, doesn't he? It's wonderful. This ebony, as lustrous as the night sky unending. I don't think I could ever thank him enough, but I'll have to think of something. Ah, forgive me. You two deserve your share of the reward. I'll mix up something special. If you find yourself weary of the weight of this life, then just give me the word. Sleep is a balm. An eternal sleep is an elixir.
Could he read my inner emotions, or am I just that obvious about being weary?
So, what can I help you with? Is that so? Then take this. This concoction concocts even the oldest of dragons to sleep. For you, it will grant the sweetest slumber for all eternity.
I can't. I'm too curious for one, and second, I have an obligation to my consort Ronnie. I then headed back to Ansbach.
Righteous Tarnished, what brings you here? Oh, you must mean Samor. Samor is a kind and stalwart ally. He provisions our little outfit. Samor traffics with the Forager brood, his brethren, who collect supplies from all corners of the land. No doubt they find inspiration in his many virtues. These are not your foes, Tarnished. Should you spot any Forager brood, be sure to mind your manners.
Forager broods must be the rot pest bugs. Explains why that one was docile. I then decided to explore what looked like a grand cathedral that was directly in front of us. Inside were full of scorpions and statues. Of course, more dark spirits, but I found a clue about the being known as Mesmer. So, another fire demigod, huh? I'm sure I will inevitably tangle with him if I stay the path. We Tarnished really are just useless sacrifices for these demigods. Ronnie, I hope you are different. Let's press on. I came across a locked door. Then immediately after I encountered a really formidable foe. After a struggle, I've slain the enemy, but damn, he was tough. This must be the key to that locked door I found earlier. I'll check it out on my way back. After dispatching large birds, I've encountered another Mikola cross. An arch here of all places. I wonder if there's a specific reason why Mikola left parts of himself in such remote locations. Man, these things are like fighting animated thick steel. A little ahead, Freya was here, and we decided to team up. I could tell she can fight. I was hoping not to make her look bad. What we were up against was a true freak of nature.
O horn-decked beast from higher sphere delivered, take root inside the tower's sculpted keepers, and perched within, we beg of thee, rise. Cleanse away this strumpet's fire.
This thing can shift elements. Damn, I missed my chance. Just get back and do it. Another shift. Hang in there. There you go. I couldn't have won this without you, Freya. Good teamwork. Freya stayed to rest a bit while I decided to move further up. Could that be it? Mikola attempting to become a god? That must be what all of this is about. And I'm here just to be another pawn for another delusional demigod. Similar to the Erdtree's impenetrable thorns, except these are shadowlands. In the words of Alexander, I'm heading eastward. This was a dead end. First, let's check that locked door.
Who art thou, stranger? By the look of thee, another of Messmer's peons, methinks. Tell me, does thy kind never weary grow? How do these old bones fascinate thee yet? Our lands were by thy kind set aflame, our tower by thy kind veiled in shadow. Thou camest, robbing us of all, spoiling all. Have ye not basked in these deeds long enough? Listen, progeny of the wanton strumpet. For thy sins thou shalt have thy recompense. The sacred beast shall unleash its ire. Till then, with this old hag, do what thou wilt, for all the good it'll do thee in the end.
Her voice was so wild she made my leg twitch just listening to her. She's also got me confused as a follower of Mesmer. This looks like the head of what Freya and I slain. Let me try its mask on. I looked ridiculous, I'm sure, but when I approached her while wearing this, she had a real change of heart.
Oh, such a joy to smell the scent again. Does a sculpted keeper stand before me? Oh, as I felt the sacred beast's essence fade, a great anxiety welled up within. Forgive this old woman her foolish fears. 'Tis such relief I cannot express. After an eternity of the mind, our voices have at last reached the heavens, as evinced by thy gracious arrival. Oh, oh, oh. I implore, vessel of the sacred beast, have my son accompany thee to war, and dance thy dance of beauteous color. Take vengeance upon Mesmer and his lot. They who betrayed us, aye, they who burned us. Let them face in thy wrath their just deserts. My song will I sing, in service to thee.
I am sure I'll meet this Mesmer someday. I always have a run-in with the demigod.
Horn-decked beast from higher sphere delivered, we beg of thee to dance and cavort, dance and cavort. Cleanse all that thou wilt, cruelty, woe, and those who plague the tower. Cleanse away the strumpet's vile progeny. We beg of thee to dance and cavort.
It's time I left this place. However, as I was leaving, I was ambushed by a fiery
Thou shalt
fellow.
not evade the flame of Mesmer.
After a bit of a scuffle, I was able to dispatch him.
How could this be? Queen Marika, my grace.
A follower of Mesmer in the name of Marika? Mysterious indeed. I then rendezvoused with Freya after her back to her previous location.
Ah, well met. That was a fine battle indeed. It heartens me that another warrior stands among us, among the beckoned. Long ago, I was stricken by scarlet rot in the swamp of Aeonia, immobile, feverish, and in great pain. I was entirely resigned to death. I was left behind, and only kindly Mikola was good enough to seek me out. My wound was swollen and festering, exuding a most pungent odor, and yet he drained the poison from it, despite my wretched visage.
Fear not, dear Freya, for your story does not end here. Your lord still requires you by his side. I will drain your affliction and guide you to the lands enshrouded in shadow.
Now, I consider this wound my compass.
I see. I was actually there too. That's right. Run away, my little tarnished. Find and prove yourself, and you should earn your place by my side. 1,000-year voyage guided by compassion. I was just a tadpole with a tarnish back then. Strange I've ended up here with all of you.
Let us both take kindly Mikola's guidance to heart. May we meet again on the battlefield. Brave warrior. Do you wonder why the eternally dour fellow keeps his distance? He's one of the tower's horn scent. I can only assume he fights for his own reasons and carries his own burdens, but we needn't concern ourselves with his affairs. He too was charmed by kindly Mikola and guided here, and that makes us allies. We're not gods, you and I. Even if we did manage to dig up the secrets of his past, I doubt our meddling could ever amount to much.
I agree. Nothing can be done about the past. I'll respectively keep my distance. It's time I moved on. I'm heading northeastward. From here, I've reached a castle named Ence's. Gave me a severe case of deja vu with its inhabitants. A Carian Troll Knight here? These lands are no doubt connected to home, but how? I was then greeted by another Black Knight before finding another arch. A flame, huh? Just like the Erd Tree. Deeper in the castle, enemies ambush me left and right. Even found some aristocrats here, as well as page guardians. Carian and Mesmer soldiers form an alliance? I wonder if Rani, Renala, or even the beautiful Lady Kisara knows of this. What? A second Karyan knight like Moongrim? But far stronger, of course. After a brief struggle, I was victorious. But I wondered, does Lady Kisara know about this castle? Her and Knight Moongrim were Renala's last lines of defense. This is just too similar. I now wonder whom this knight was guarding. I then reached the top, and right behind me was Needle-Light Leda. Unexpected since I've last seen her back in Moog's lair, but I welcomed the company, for whom we encountered together was a strong foe. It was a moon knight, but was as if Renala was more battle-oriented. This would be the first time I've seen Lena in action. She can fight. But this might be a weapon resistance. Magic word. It was a difficult battle, but we won in the end. Another foe I couldn't have defeated alone. Thank you, Leda. According to the remembrance I've inherited, that was Renala's twin sister, Rani's aunt and my aunt-in-law. If I knew we were family, I would have reasoned with her. Instead, I just fought without question. I really am just a tool, aren't I? After a brief moment of soul searching, I met up with Leda right outside. She was beside another arch of Mikkela's. Somehow Hornsent was here as well.
Hello again. Did you meet my compatriots? They're quite the congregation, from places as far and wide as you can imagine. Doubtless it have all come to blows at first glance, were it not for the charm kindly Mikkela put upon us. This is what allows us to serve together, the work of a living God.
But I really don't feel like I'm under a spell or anything. I feel as if I just happen to be here, and my curiosity is why I'm in our ranks.
We are all utterly captivated by kindly Mikkela. It is what binds us together. Wondering about the horn scent, are you? True enough. In any other circumstance, he'd be at our throats. Long ago, Queen Marika commanded Sir Messmer to purge the Tower folk. A cleansing by fire. It's no wonder the Hornsent holds the Erdtree in contempt. That aside, man is by nature a creature of conquest. And in this regard, the Tower folk are no different. They were never saints. They just happened to be on the losing side of a war, but it's still a wretched shame.
Wait, so that would explain why that fire guy with the spear attacked me at Birlarat. Working with Hornsent, he may be an enemy to us all. Towards Hornsent, I've noticed the letter on the ground. A challenge for me or whomever accepts? As curious as I was, I had no choice but to accept. But I finally decided to approach Hornson first.
You have a knack for timing, my fellow. I found the site of a new cross. Take this. Mikola has said as much himself. He wishes now to throw it all away. He says the act, though undoubtedly painful, will sear clean the Earth Three's wanton sin. The truth of his claim can be found at each cross. 'Tis evidence enough to earn my belief. Go to the misshapen tree of Umbra. In that forsaken place, blood must spill. The blood of your fellows, the Earth Tree faithful.
Yes, I am a tarnished, but I've never felt any loyalty to the Erd Tree, or have I ever seen the sight of this grace. It's about time I follow the directions of the letter, the warrior's path. The directions led me to another arch with a man I've never seen before beside it. He was silent, but then I remembered the letter's next step. Next, it was as if we entered a private space within our minds to have a duel. He then engaged me with no hesitation. He fought with no weapons, but he hit as hard as stone. But I won our duel, and then I did wake up. He was nowhere to be found, but I don't think I actually killed him. However, I found his hat, but also I felt a sense of a new way of fighting, the same way that he fought. Now I've been in these lands long enough to feel more comfortable. So I've changed back to my wayfarer clothes, but wore his hat. For that warrior showing me the way of the warrior. I then tested myself with this new way. Thank you, silent monk. I then explored a bit and found another church with a headless America. And met my fiery friend again for a rematch. I've never had this grace you speak, to begin with. Is Mesmer himself sending you after me? I then headed back to consult with Letta.
We are all utterly captivated by kindly Mikola. It is what binds us together. Oh, that man is known as Dane. He's been in the service of Mikula the Kind longer than I. He might be solemn of cheer, but is a fierce warrior nevertheless. There's no cause for concern. Dane's reluctance to speak to you is no fault of your own. We've been acquainted for quite some time, but even I am yet to hear his voice. Perhaps one day.
Makes me think of the silent Skady. Perhaps his tongue was removed as well. Could they have possibly been acquainted? I do wonder about all my allies back home. Skady, X the Knight, Yusray, Lady Kisara, Nephili, Alexander, Melina. How are they all doing? I wonder if they even thinking of me, or perhaps pursuing me dead. But who knows? What if I am dead, and I just haven't figured that out yet? I lost that fight with Moog, and my consciousness is slowly transitioning to the next phase. I don't know. I never knew what my purpose was anyway, so if I am dead, nothing matters anyway. At this moment, I fell into a brief despair of negative thinking. Before I was able to bring myself to continue, I just sat puzzled and lonely. Everyone here is about Mikula, but I'm still here about Ronnie, or my own cause. Or am I another pawn again, or is this some twisted afterlife? No one else here seems to be as confused as me, but